What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out some more footage over in Ukraine. This is Combat GoPro accidentally fragging Russian Spetsnaz. Spetsnaz? I never know how to say it properly. This is by a channel called Civdiv. I've never watched any of this person's videos or footage, so I will leave a link like I always do down in the description below. Make sure you go over there, give it some love, all that good stuff. This is going to be interesting. It says this is part 3 of a single mission in Ukraine. This is not my footage, but I was given permission by the owner to edit, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so it doesn't really give much details about the actual mission that they were on. So this is going to be interesting to watch. It's like 12.5 minutes. Sit back, let's watch it, let's break it down, let's see what's going on. If you haven't already, check out Chug. 10% off link down below, the channel sponsor. I love these things. Handmade here in the UK by a small business. The best drinking vessel in the world. Get them while you can. 10% off link down below. And if you haven't checked out Morale, I haven't got the camera with me right now. If you haven't checked out Morale, my new business, link down below. If you love the outdoors like I do, you're going to want to check it out. Drink Morale, link down below. Other than that, let's shut up. Let's pull this up and let's see what's going on. That's pretty loud, that, innit? Turn it down a bit. All right. Petropavlovka, Kharkiv, offensive. I tried my best, guys. I honestly tried my best. After the Russian BMP-2M was taken out by our cameraman and my old team pushed into the village, they then moved house to house trying to find the hidden Russian reinforcements. Okay. I wouldn't just stand there in that doorway. Those videos are in the description below, and the continuation of this mission will be published after this one.
Was it BMP on the right side on the road? Yeah, it was just the house burning.
These Americans?
It's just people making shit up, inferring with the lack of information.
These are Americans. As the leadership and the drone reconnaissance grab more intel, they have a quick break to digest what's going on. That was an American. These are Americans. As you know from the previous video, there is Russian team who dismounted in the village somewhere. Can I get that? No, there's no subtitles to what they're saying in the background.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be highly accurate with it.
That guy's not Russian, not American. In Ukraine, you get handed many different systems from different time periods and countries. It's very difficult to learn the specs of each one. Yeah, that makes sense. But that guy who was talking to with the beard, he was American, I'm pretty sure.
Grenade inside.
Hey, Jabroni, we need somebody to throw a grenade in the turret of that BMP.
He's mentioning the BMP-2M that was taken out a couple hours prior. I'll read all the bottom captions for people, okay?
Yeah, let them move up and then we do it.
So this makes me wonder if they're American lads. I know that there's obviously lads that go out and help fight. This was in 2023, January 2023. So we're talking 2 years ago here. Super interesting. Looks like they've got Instagram and stuff like that. Again, I will leave a link down below to the original video. So go down there and check it out if you haven't already. If you've got any questions about this video, okay? So at some point, they accidentally throw a grenade into a building that has Russian Spetsnaz in.
The Ukrainians came from there. This one.
Huh?
This side should be clear.
But Ukrainian clear doesn't mean
should be clear.
Again, the standards of each unit
What a
and
side.
even to a squad level aren't always the same, especially when operating as a volunteer. Yeah.
Hey, Stiffy, can you take point because you have the rifle? I'm having this ready for the fucking...
So they are volunteers then, are they?
Stand the grass. Hold north.
Obviously, if he's American, he's a volunteer. They're just kind of waiting out, aren't they? Clearing the vehicle. My friend told me, said it, that it was in fact an M67 American frag.
Is that a fucking M67?
They got worried that troops are in contact close by, so they dropped the idea of fragging the BMP and rushed to help out.
Drop, 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 drop. BMP! How far? Where? Left side? Or where? Where? Correct. Where is the BMP?
Alright, let's take this way.
Stay here. Don't go in the open. There is already one.
So they're obviously blurring out some people's identity, and rightly so. If you get volunteers, if you get different people from different places and stuff like that, you're not going to want their face plastered all over it, because at the end of the day, some of these people end up going home and they don't want to be targeted, you know? Bobby Basic stuff. It's kind of the same stuff as SF, right? They just don't want to be
Can we
targeted.
get a team to come up here to the left? Maybe we can get better eyes. Hey, Alpha, Alpha. Hey, we're gonna move anyways. Alpha, we're gonna go in this house and try to get a fucking flank on it. Hey, Jabroni!
Before they're able to help the team in contact, they have their own problems to deal with, so they maneuver to ambush the incoming BMP. So what, they're going to move left to that building there? I'm presuming the BMP is up past these trees on the right-hand side, I'm pretty sure, and they're going to maneuver around the left of this building. We'll see. Presume that's what they mean. Look at that crater.
Building from the left, right. We got right here. Hey, Jabroni!
I told them we're moving to the bin.
Alright, can you take point on this? Let's stay with our guys. Hey, we're pushing into this compound.
Ready. Rory.
We're pushing into this
pushing in
compound.
here.
Okay, we're going around this side. Can you take point too? I have this one ready.
He just pinged his mate. You take point. Just so he can keep a hold of the RPG. You take point. I'd be going point man with an RPG. No, obviously they're saving that for the BMP if they have to, but still. Someone needs to get an eye on that right-hand side window. You don't know who's in here.
Check right.
Door to the right. Door left, there's a door left.
Alright, J hook
On the count of 3, let's button hook. I'm gonna go right, you go left, alright? Got it. 3, 2, 1. More doors to the right.
Way more. That was dangerous, that. One person looking on that side, there's that door on the far right-hand side. This is what happens when you get, you know, you got to do CQB and you don't have that many lads with you. Like, that was a dangerous movement there. I mean, they managed to clear it well enough, but still. That's scary,
More
man.
doors here. I'm pushing in, okay?
He's on his own. He's got, what we can see, 2 doors on the right here and no doors on the left, but still. Like, he's gotta be able to check left, but that door on the right is so close. If he pops his head left, he could get pinged. That's a really difficult maneuver to do without more than one person. Without more than one person, yeah.
Clear. Clear.
That's tricky. That's tricky. At the end of the day, it worked out for them. There was no one in there.
Huh?
Really clear. There's a break over here. You take it. I'm in.
They keep moving from house to house trying to get eyes on the BMP. So the BMP must be further away than I thought it was initially then. I mean, they'd be scrambling if it was super close, wouldn't they? Here's the side, that other side of the building. It looks like there's some sort of shed on it. Since they're a small team tasked with an anti-tank capabilities, it's very difficult to maneuver this terrain. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, then fucking call it out.
Going in there on his own.
There's no BMP? Our guys are on the corner there.
On the road, they said.
Bravo, move up. All right.
I mean, they're definitely like a little bit more relaxed by the looks of it. Like that guy just peeks around that corner and he's not with someone. He's just having a quick look. Like it seems more relaxed than I would expect. But at the same time, when you've been in combat for so long, my presumption is you're not super like every single time, like doing every maneuver like to the textbook. You are a little bit more relaxed in a dangerous scenario, aren't you? You get used to it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Can you go with him?
Normally, you would want to go house to house instead of staying in the streets, but they probably assume the infantry is with the BMP. Yeah, so they're making assumptions here. Like I said, it looks like they're being a bit... I mean, look at this guy here. He's just stood here, and there's all these windows here that someone could just pop out and ping him with. So they're obviously a little bit more relaxed. They must have more intel about the area. They must have a bit more of an understanding. My presumption is they were trying to talk to another team further away. And my presumption is if these buildings are between them two teams, they might have already been checked out and they're just doing kind of like a courtesy clear just to be safe. You don't know, do you? We don't know the context of all this. Look at them. Look at all them windows. This guy's just walking past with his RPG. Assuming it's dangerous, but during an assault, you have to work with what you know while maintaining momentum. Exactly. It's incredibly dangerous. You can't assume anything. He's just walking past them windows like it's nothing.
We're gonna go with Bravo.
BMP's on the left.
Is the BMP still there? It's abandoned. You want me to hit the BMP with the rocket? Hey,
So where's he? Is he talking to lads on the other side of that street? Yeah. We've got lads across the street over here. So they were the people that we're talking to. That's why they maneuver, like they were walking in their direction. That's probably why they were a little bit more relaxed and assuming a lot about the buildings. At the end of the day, if they were enemy in them buildings, they probably would have opened fire at them lads on the other side. So, but at the same time, this video is called Accidentally Fragging Russian Spetsnaz. So we know that they throw a frag in somewhere where there's enemy being quiet. And that's why you can't assume that every single building's cleared just because they're between two greens. Do you know what I mean? Boom. That building was just fragged actually has an entire team of Spetsnaz barricaded inside, but nobody knew that at the moment. They are behind the most left window of that house. So my presumption is either this over here or over here somewhere. That's crazy.
go, Tyr, go!
I showed my buddy with the GoPro this video before publishing, and he told me he still gets shivers watching this. Yeah, I bet. Got Russian special forces in there. The fog of war is incredibly difficult to deal with, especially with different languages and tactics in play. Yeah, when you get lads from different countries all working together, the SOPs, standard operating procedures, are all different. In fact, SOPs can be different from troop to troop within the same country, right? Like, you can just do things differently according to who you're working with. And so it's nice to have baseline SOPs that, like, all of the Royal Marines will do, or all of the British forces will do. But even still, the intricacies of clearing rooms, of communication, what you can say and what you can't say on comms, how you're maneuvering, who's in what position, all these are so different between different countries and troops and fire teams and all this different stuff that it's really hard to mangle stuff together with what you've got. In fact, one of the big things you do when you first get to a unit and you get settled into a troop is you start trying to learn all the different SOPs of that troop. And it can be simple stuff like day-to-day tasks when you're at base, but I can only imagine that the intricacies of SOPs when you're in a war zone is even bigger. I've been in a similar situation as those Russians before, and it is absolutely terrifying to hear screaming of a different language and knowing that if you initiate contact in a single second, you could get yourself and your entire team killed. Yeah.
We have friendlies in this building.
You can hear a Maverick drone being sent up to look for the BMP that just left. The BMP was probably meant to support the team, but fled out of fear. Yeah, they were probably going to pick them up. But who's shooting there?
Where? The first one?
Yeah, the one that they're on. Yeah. Just watch the windows, but make sure.
So there you go. They've just made contact with Russian special forces in that building.
Yeah.
Yes, this building right in the center of the screen has Russians in it. My friend here is covering behind the building to kill any squirters. Is that what it says? Let me lift my head up. Squirters. God, the difficult thing here would be trying to figure out what the hell's going on over there. Because you're obviously worried for your lads. There's a lot of screaming, a lot of shooting. You don't know. You've got to stay in your position here to cover. But at the same time, you don't know what's going on. Unless he's got comms on and they're communicating over comms, but still. This is great. This is great bit of footage, this is. Here's some window breaking. Okay. Is there going to be any movement here, or is that pretty much it for the video? That's pretty much it for the video.
Hey, if you see anything move, you fucking shoot.
If you see anything move, shoot, he says. The team leaders are doing their best job to relay info as they get it, as they do. That's that's one of their jobs. There's a bit more dialogue that's going to come up at the bottom here. I'll read that out before the video ends. I don't think this guy moves from his position though, and he keeps an eye out. Great thing to do there. Get yourself on the ground, make yourself small, get yourself in a bit of cover. The next video will most likely be the entry as they bring the fight to the barricaded Russians. The build up is necessary, and I'd rather show you the complete footage because he recorded it all. Wow. Let me know if you want me to watch the next footage in the comments, because I'd love to know what happens here. I'd love to see more of this. I think that's it. Oh no, there's a bit more text here coming up. This video may or may not be restricted by YouTube. I am fine with others posting it, but a link to my video or credits to my channel would be highly appreciated. He entrusted me for the editing process, and publishing these videos directly help him during his recovery from injuries sustained 30 minutes later. Oh my God. They are continuing to fight despite horrendous injuries. Their PayPals are in the description. Thank you. Stay tuned. Slava Ukraini. I will leave a link down below to everything, okay? Let me pull up the channel so you can see it right here. Make sure you go over, subscribe, like the video. We've got all the details here in the description, okay, guys? So if you want to get more information on this particular bit of footage, let's go over to his channel. How long ago was that, did I say? Nearly 2 years ago. I'll have to try and find the next videos to it. All right, but go over to the original video and give it some love, okay, guys? Before we go, don't forget to check out Morale, my new business, link down below. Let me know what you think. This type of footage, you know, I stayed away from watching this footage for a while because, you know, YouTube can like, for the most part, these videos have been putting out. YouTube have been restricting, and you don't really get any money from it. It's very difficult to make any money from it. But at the same time, I'm passionate about it, and I feel like it's incredibly informational, and this type of video needs to be it needs to be shown, and they need the support. So head over there, check it out if you haven't already. Okay, guys? Other than that, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.